We didn't think of, we got together a while ago and just started spewing out the myths that we had heard through our studies and singing. Are there any other ones that I missed?
No.
So I've been hard at work busting those myths, and you guys thought of a lot that we didn't think of, so thank you. I've learned some new myths today and busted them. And the way that we did this is that we wanted to find legitimate scientific background to prove or disprove these myths, okay? So some things we could kind of put two and two together and go, well, if this is true, then this is how it would affect this, and so that would be the fact, okay? So I'll preface by saying some of this, and I'll do my best to point out when it is and when it isn't, is drawn out of scientific fact of things, different things that we know, and by putting two and two together we can say this. But for the most part it's scientific. I've looked it up, people have done studies on it, that kind of thing. But a lot of this is really new, and so some of it we can't put our hands down on. For example, I found a study that was published in the American Scientific Journal in the 1970s that said that the breathing mechanism, the larynx, and the articulators all worked completely independently of each other. That was stated in a scientific journal. We now know, 40 years later, that that is nowhere near the truth. So, we're learning, and this is so new. So I'm just going to go down the list. First of all, having heavy dental work done, like braces, can create jaw or vocal tension. And do braces limit volume, were two that you guys had asked. And again, this is something that's not been proven, it's not been researched, but we know that when you get braces, they move things around, right? They move the teeth and therefore the muscles as well. So they can cause jaw tension because things are moving and things are tight and changing, and that's not how the body originally was, right? So we can get a lot of tension in our jaw muscles, which can go down through our neck and into our larynx, okay? So braces and heavy dental work may/can cause
and that's
jaw and
important
vocal
to remember.
tension.
The may/can.
Yeah.
It's not necessarily going to cause it. But
not in everyone. Everyone is different, right?
It might also just be temporary, too.
Yes, it could also be temporary. So, but it may/can cause vocal tension, okay? Cough drops and other lozenges help to relieve laryngitis. This is a two-ended question because cough drops, we talked about this before, when you suck on a cough drop and you swallow the lozenge stuff, the goo, where does it go?
Your esophagus.
It goes down your esophagus. It doesn't go down past your vocal cords. It doesn't relieve your vocal cords. Otherwise you would drown, right? If you swallowed a lozenge, you would choke on it if it was on your vocal cords, right? So in a way, if it stops you from coughing because it makes your throat feel better and we don't get that cough, 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 then yes, it's going to help your vocal cords. But it doesn't touch the vocal cords, and it's going to be very specific. If the lozenge stops you from coughing, then great, go for it. If it doesn't stop you from coughing and you're still having coughing issues, then the vocal cords are taking abuse, and so it's not going to do anything for you. Okay? Flossing
and does it help laryngitis is the second prong.
Right, it doesn't help laryngitis. Well, again, laryngitis is a swelling, right? It's the swelling of the larynx, and so it's a lozenge is not going to reduce swelling. So that is not true. And
there isn't a magic lozenge that is the exception to that rule.
Yeah.
A lot of it's in your head.
Yeah. Next, flossing your teeth is good for your voice. This was one that I recently heard, like very recently, and so I looked it up. And in a study published just a couple of weeks ago, doctors found that not flossing your teeth can lead to gum disease, gingivitis, we all know that, okay? But now they're starting to link some lung infections to gum disease and bacterial buildup in your mouth. So, because your lungs inhale the bacteria and the plaque, and it gets stuck in your lungs and causes infection. And because your lungs are warm and moist, it's a great place for infection to grow. So, thus, we can probably say that flossing your teeth is good for your it's good for your lungs and therefore your air and therefore your voice.
It's just good for your health.
Yes, it's good for your health in general.
Heart disease and all kinds of
Yes.
things, the bacteria that's in your mouth.
Yeah.
Floss your teeth.
If you floss your teeth and you haven't flossed them for a while, that stuff stinks.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
It's
Not
putrid.
good.
It's rotting in your mouth.
Floss your teeth.
Yeah.
Next, this is one that I was told as a very, very, very young singer, and I believed for years and years and years. The diaphragm sits along the abdominal muscles in the front of the stomach, like this. And we all learned today that it is totally not true. It sits like this, right? Okay, so we all know that that one's busted, just in case you hadn't figured it out yet. I like the sound effects. We're going to get into some food things now, which is a huge category because we've all heard them. So I'm going to read some off to you. Drinking too much orange juice is very bad for your voice. Drinking apple juice and not water before a performance is better for you. Is sugar really bad for my voice? You can only eat vegetables and low-fat meat before a concert for optimal performance. Drinking honey and lemon tea coats the vocal folds and relaxes them. Water lubricates your vocal folds immediately when you drink it. Drinking milk is bad for your voice, or why is milk bad for my voice? Does drinking water only work if I drink 24 hours before a concert or lesson? Drinking alcohol is bad for my voice. Or is drinking coffee bad for my voice? Does lemon help my voice? Or does oil of oregano or ginseng help my voice? And drinking water while singing actually dehydrates you because it causes your body to think that outside hydration is coming, so it stops producing saliva and mucus. So there's a long list of them. In general, things like honey and lemon, that kind of thing, again, it's like the lozenge thing. It makes you feel better, but it's not touching the vocal cords. Therefore, it's not coating them with any sort of magical substance to make them better, right? And if you have a sore throat, that's your pharynx, right? So deciphering between the two can be difficult. Also, when you take lozenges or lemon tea or that kind of thing, it's a mask, right? It causes a barrier of comfort and we feel better, but it doesn't cure the problem, right? So if you're still talking on sore cords, but they feel better because you're sucking on a candy or you just had a cup of lemon tea, it doesn't mean that it's safe, right? Does that make sense? We're masking the problem.
Any medication.
It's like any medication, exactly. You're masking the problem.
Can I speak to that sore throat point that you just said?
Yeah.
Did you guys hear what Amie said about the sore throat? Often when we feel a sore throat, it is in our pharynx, which is way high above where our vocal folds are. It's very rare that you'll feel actual soreness at the vocal fold level. Okay, it's possible, but with pretty severe injury and pretty severe laryngitis. What did you do? Ouch.
Ouch.
Here we go. Ouch. So when you have a sore throat, it's very likely that you'll still be able to sing. What you want to consider, though, is how is your general health? You know, are you well enough to sing? Your body, a sore throat is, again, an immune reaction. So your body is fighting something. Mm-hmm. So you want to be aware of that. Mm-hmm. And it may be something at the vocal fold level, but often it's not. Often it's not. Usually the worst problems on your vocal folds don't feel sore. They feel like something else. Mm-hmm. Like the stuff we talked about before. Thank you.
Yes. Next, is drinking milk bad for your voice, or why is milk bad for my voice, were two that I got. This again is something that you have to know your body for. Milk intolerances, whether really, really mild or you're lactose intolerant, is a lot of people have problems. More people than think they do, and this is scientific fact. More people have problems with lactose than think they do. Okay. So therefore, when you have an allergy, your body produces phlegm, right? So if you drink a glass of milk, but you don't drink milk before you sing because it makes you phlegmy, then it's probably because you have some sort of mild intolerance to milk, because your body is producing excess phlegm to get rid of that allergen. Okay? Some people can drink, I'm one of them, drink a glass of milk, milkshake, whatever, go on stage, sing a concert. I have no issues with milk. I never have. But some people swear by it. They won't go near milk for a week before they sing a concert, right? So it's knowing your body. It's knowing what your own body can handle. There is no definitive yes, do it, or no, don't do it on this. It's knowing your own body. Okay?
And sometimes you can drink a little bit of milk, but not a lot.
Right.
Or you can eat milk products like yogurt, for instance, but you seem to react to milk. So it's a lot of times it's a trial and error kind of thing.
Mm-hmm. It's just paying attention to how your body reacts to the different things. Drinking too much orange juice, drinking apple juice and not water. These, again, know your body, right? If you feel that apple juice helps you sing better in a concert, probably because it's high in sugar and it gives you a little boost of energy, then go for it if you have no side effects when you sing. Same with orange juice, right? But everything in moderation, right? I'm not going to go off and drink 2 liters of orange juice because I sing better when I drink orange juice, right? 2 liters of orange juice is not healthy to drink all in one sitting. Same as the sugar question. Is sugar really bad for my voice? Well, the sugars come in a million different forms, right? And if it's not good for your body, it's probably not good for your voice.
Generally, our diets are way too high in sugar. And sugar is acidic, and it also suppresses immune function. So apparently, there's research that shows that when we eat sugar for 3 hours, our immune system completely shuts down.
You're kidding.
Yeah. So it's just not good, and we eat way too much of it. And it's in every processed food. So the key is, if it's not processed, it's better for you. If your grandmother, or in your case, your great-grandmother wouldn't recognize it as a food, it's processed. Cheese strings are not food. Don't even get me started on that.
No. Yes.
Is that why people say that, like, if you eat too many sweets, it makes you sick? Like,
Yeah.
Your body is not built to handle.
It suppresses your immune system.
Yeah.
It's very hard on your
That
body.
means your immune system is what fights the bad germs. So if your immune system doesn't work, then you can't fight the bad germs. Then you can get problems. Well, and even if you have something happening, for instance, a voice disorder or something, if you're getting irritation on your vocal folds and the phlegm doesn't kick in, then you're not going to know something's wrong. I mean, again, embrace that mucus, sometimes it tells us things.
So you should just cut back on sugar because in the long it's technically bad for your long-term health.
Yes.
Yeah.
You got it,
Yeah.
sister.
What did I hear? I'm trying to remember what I heard one time. If it grows on a tree, not in a box, or something like that. If your food is boxed, it's not food. That kind of a thing, right? Just being aware of what you put into your body. Where was I? Alcohol. Drinking alcohol is bad for your voice. This is true. Drinking alcohol is bad for your voice. Because it is dehydrating. That is the leading reason that it is bad for your voice. Alcohol, like coffee, is a dehydrant, okay, or caffeine. And so, also that we can link with drinking alcohol, drinking in excess of alcohol uninhibits you, right? Is that what I'm like, uninhibits?
Yes.
Yes. So you lose, you kind of lose what,
Your filter.
your guard,
Your
you lose your filter. You don't really fully understand what's happening in your body and how you're acting. And so if you're not noticing how you are acting, and usually when you drink alcohol, it's with a bunch of other people in a loud, smoky place, you can be yelling, right, in a pub without noticing it. You can be getting up on the karaoke stage and screaming out a song that you should never sing. That kind of a thing, right?
It also tends to relax the muscles in your throat, so you can do damage because things are just a little bit slack in your throat.
And it can cause reflux in some people too. Alcohol causes reflux. So again, we're getting that the gases when you pass out, when you're flat.